Hi, welcome back to my channel. I know we are a couple days late to the June reading wrap up and the July TBC, but I figured it was better late than never. I also want to mention we are clearly in a different setup today. I don't think you guys have seen much of my bedroom, but that is because we have an amazing sponsor today, which is my first YouTube sponsor, by the way, and that is very exciting, although it is a brand that I've worked with a couple times in the past. So thank you, Quince, for sponsoring this video and sending me the most beautiful blue bedding and these amazing candles that smell so good. If you haven't heard about Quince, the best way I can describe them is they are a brand that makes sustainability affordable. I love Quince. I've been shopping there for years and I will link everything below. Now let's talk about what I read in June. The first book that I read in June was The 5-Star Weekend by Elin Hilderbrand, and this was my first Ellen book. I really enjoyed it. I will definitely be reading more from her. Hopefully I can squeeze some in before the end of the summer. I think I talked about this in one of my other reading vlogs that it starts off a little bit slow for me, which I've heard is the case for most of her books, but then you just get so invested in the characters and it moves very quick. I honestly was not thinking this was going to be a 5-star throughout the book. I was thinking maybe 4-star. I definitely enjoyed it, but I wasn't thinking it was that perfect 5-star read. But the ending really pulled it all together for me and I rated this 5 stars. The next book that I read was One Golden Summer. This is the second book that comes after Every Summer After. I really liked the first book. I loved the second book. I fell in love with Charlie. I don't know why, but I was like so giddy and smiling the entire time. The first book also made me feel giddy and happy, but it felt a little bit more young love. This was all adult love. Okay. Oh, also I rated this 4.5 stars, but now that I'm thinking about it, why didn't I rate it 5? Can I change it now? I then took a break from my summer romances and read Pure Nessie. My friend and my brother have been recommending this book for a while now, and I'm so happy that I finally got to read it. I actually read this for my last reading vlog, so if you watched that, you got to see all of my reactions. There's not a lot that I can say about this book because I highly recommend you go in blind. I did, and everyone else that's enjoyed it has said they went in blind as well. But basically, we start off following Pure Nessie through a big house with a bunch of statues, and we have to figure out what he's doing there and what the hell's going on. The next book that I read was Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I was really excited to start this book. I've never read anything from Abby Jimenez. I unfortunately didn't love this book. I will definitely continue on in the trilogy because I've heard the other ones are better, but something about this specific trope really doesn't work for me. I cannot stand when someone lets their family tell them what to do. Her family sucked so bad, and I just wanted her to realize that way before she actually ended up realizing that. This one was a 3.5 for me. I then read Daggermouth, 5 stars. What the hell took me so long? So many people have told me to read this book and I just kept pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off. Oh my god. It was definitely one of those books where you want to read it till 3 in the morning. I was so in shock at everything that happened at the end. And I also think the author did a really good job at matching spice and romance with plot. Although there was spice, I don't necessarily think it was overly spicy. Highly recommend the book. Loved it. Then I read Tropesick by Lauren Oakey. I had very high hopes for this book as well, and unfortunately I didn't love it as much as everyone else seems to have loved it. I definitely didn't hate it, but I didn't realize that it was magical realism, and I think that kind of took me out of the plot the entire book because I was just like, how are these things realistically happening? And then when I got to the ending, obviously I was like, oh, okay. I didn't love the relationship between the two of them, so that also kind of played into my reading. Overall, I do recommend reading it if you're into magical realism. Then I read The Best Worst Thing, also by Lauren Oakey. Because I did not like the other book, I was really nervous to start this because so many people loved this book as well. Yeah, those books are not similar at all. This book is amazing. 5 stars, 5.5, 6 star. This was so good. I cried so hard so many times. Highly recommend it if you love a sad book. Okay, now that we have gone through all the books that I read in June, let's talk about some of the books I want to read in the month of July. Starting off strong with the book I want to read very soon because I've heard so many good things, Dolly All the Time. I have never read anything from Annabelle Monaghan, but I have heard she has a lot of amazing romance books, so hopefully I like this one and can read more of her books. The next one I'm actually currently reading right now, Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I am really liking it. It's a cute book. It seems like it's going to be a quick read. I've also been kind of listening to the audio and the reader is really good. I do have to say in the beginning it kind of made me sad. I feel like no one in the office likes her and I hate that. It's basically about this girl who's fairly socially awkward and it doesn't seem like anyone in her office really likes her, but I don't feel like she cares, or at least I haven't gotten to the point yet where she's like emotional about it. It seems like she is completely fine and she meets a guy named Raymond who is their office IT guy. His big heart helps her repair her own profoundly damaged one. Again, I'm only in the beginning, but I am looking forward to continuing it and I think I'm really gonna like it. Another one that I want to read immediately is Main Characters. This book is a romance book about 2 main characters. However, it's told from all of the side characters. So it's about the main character's love, but it's told from everyone else in the story. It just came out, but the reviews that I'm seeing so far are all really positive, and that just seems really unique to me, and I really want to read it. Buckeye has been on this list for months. But you know, I just haven't picked it up yet. Hopefully this is the month that I will. We'll see. I don't know what it is about this cover, but I love it. I just feel drawn to this book every single time I look at it, so I need to read this one soon. But basically, I bought it because it says that it's about a woman who can conjure the dead. And that just sounds amazing. Next is Games. It's a love story. My friend and I are going to buddy read this, and it's being described as Normal People meets 50 Shades of Grey. Does that not sound amazing? Another one that has been on my list for so long is Watermoon, and hopefully I actually get to it this month. This is a book about a pawn shop, I believe. Oh yeah, a woman inherits a pawn shop. So I think it's magical realism where you basically only see the pawn shop if you need it and you can go and sell your regrets. But if you don't need it, you just see a ramen shop. I don't know, it sounds interesting. It's really short. It's like a wonderful paperback. I am hardcover all the way unless the book is like this, and then I'm a paperback girl. And last, another new add to the TBR shelf is the Calamity Club. I have heard this is so good. I've also heard it's really good on audio, so I'll probably do a mixture of both because this thing is chunky. It's based in Oxford, Mississippi in 1933. A bold, big-hearted, and righteously funny novel about a sisterhood of unbreakable women who risk everything to take control of their fates. That just sounds so good, and I thought the cover was really cute. So yeah, that's kind of an ambitious month, but we will see how I do in the next reading wrap up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're not following me anywhere else, please do so. Also subscribe here, like, comment, do all the things, and hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Bye!